What's up, guys? We're about to hit up this thing called the Duck Pond Trail. It's behind the YMCA, the very popular McCall YMCA in Lincoln. I can't wait to see what's in these woods.
And believe it or not, guys, we have a dog right here.
Right here. We're gonna go exercise this dog on this trail. See what happens.
All right, so we're walking down these trails. This is behind the Lincoln YMCA, and it is actually some parts of a trail called the Moshassuck Preserve, I think. Moshassuck?
Yeah, so that must be some Native American term for this area. There's a lot of exposed ledge from glaciers 10,000 years ago ripping through the area. So as we go on, you'll see huge ledge faces and the standing boulders that are kind of standing up out of nowhere that came from when the ice caps melted when we were all still cavemen, you know?
Yeah, we're actually gonna go see some small caves that are over here too, that we can take a look inside of them. And you can see right in front of us, there's the dog jumping around being dog-like. Whoa.
Yeah, so over here, so we have a lot of the exposed ledge that, if you see that, I know it's tough to see through the woods, we'll keep walking, but that ledge is usually exposed like that. Ledge is rock, by the way, guys. That rock is usually exposed like that because when ice caps melted, this was a huge river that it washed away all the sediment and left all these rocks that didn't move from the water. So that's why this used to be a huge river basin. And then towards the right is a weird geological feature. You can see all these smaller stones. It's almost in like a pit, like a meteor hit or something. But you can see the cliff around it. Maybe this was an old quarry back in the day, maybe in the 18th century, but this is a very odd one. If you want to walk up here just a little bit, so look at this.
Yeah.
Over here you can see the cliff on the far side and all the rocks in the middle. It almost looks like it could be man-made, but I can't figure out what it could have been.
I mean, yeah, look at all the amount of jagged rocks in this area. I think that the trail, when we take a right, there's a dog. I think when we take a right up to that trail, we're going to see some more stuff. It's actually some weird painted rocks.
So yeah, look.
These old
So these old walls, guys, you see old New England stone walls, meaning almost certain there was farms here back in the day. That's how the farmers plotted their land.
They would use this to separate the farmland. And I was hearing that some of these old stone walls may actually have some precious rocks in them, like meteorites and stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it'd be rare, but it could be a possibility. So over here,
look at that.
You notice a lot of pieces of blue. I would assume, since we're right next to the YMCA and we have a channel for the water to drain on these cement blocks, this must have been the old YMCA pool. In the, I believe in the 70s, I think they got rid of it. And they probably got rid of it over here to avoid all the trucking costs and the disposal fee. And now along this trail, they would never think 50
people gonna
years
hike
later,
here.
we'd be walking amongst the old pool.
It is pretty strange how back in the day, you know, when they wanted to get rid of a problem, they thought they could just like throw it in the woods or throw it in a pond. They didn't realize that, you know, eventually people were going to find it. Like
I believe exactly what I know what you mean. I believe in the 70s everything was still so tight-knit. Everybody knew each other. So people didn't want to charge people or say you have to do it that way. The mayor was friends with all the developers. Everybody knew each other. They all came from the same town. They were all childhood friends. So you didn't make the guy go the extra mile. There was no environmental fees. The DEM might have not existed. I don't forget when it was started, but it was just so much more relaxed. And with tight community, that's what happens. You do get some type of this slight corruption with a tighter community, but when everybody's strangers, they make you get rid of it the right way. There's an inspection, nobody gets breaks. So that's what explains the pool.
Well, I remember that condo collapse a few years ago in Miami. They found out that the people who built that in the 80s, they cut costs and they didn't put a drainage system on the pool deck, and that's what led to all the degradation of the cement and
that's why I know home inspections suck and you don't like going through them and they're a pain. They can cost you a lot of money, but they're so important because catastrophes happen when you don't have a home inspection. You don't inspect properly.
Look at this. What do you make of this? It's like a Bigfoot pulled this tree down or something.
What it looks like is that it broke off during a windstorm, but then somebody finished cutting it because it was a risk to hikers.
Yeah. Look at that. Wow. The way that it tore down. Whoa!
Yeah, I'm trying to get the dog to calm down a bit. She wants to run up this hill.
Happy dog! Look at these rock formations. There's the dog running. So to the left up here too, where they're running, there's going to be a cave. right, we're walking up the first hill of the park over here, and there's a cave right up to my left. We're gonna go check out. It's not like a real cavern, but it's been looks like a big boulder landed right on top of these smaller boulders and created kind of like a
I would think
cave
somebody
formation.
put that there if I didn't know it was
Oh no, that's definitely natural for sure. You can't move that. All right, this is it. And look at this. You can really actually get inside here. I got a flashlight too, so maybe we can get a little bit extra light and see what's in here. So that's cool. Some of the rock is orange. Really interesting.
All right, so listen. I used to be a land surveyor. I want to show you guys something. Stop moving and take a look to the right. Do you see how it's unnaturally flat here? And there was stone walls in the surrounding area. And there's only small trees with very sparsely populated larger ones.
This is the farmland.
Because a couple hundred years ago, this was probably cleared via burning. I don't think they really cut stuff back then. Probably did some cutting, but mostly burning of a field. And they probably used this flat spot for something. So I guarantee you with a metal detector, you could find something interesting here. Horseshoes or whatever.
So I actually heard that southern New England, when the English landed here in the 1600s, they actually terraformed the area. They cut down all the old growth forests that you can find up in New Hampshire and Vermont, and they made it more like farm friendly and more similar to the actual English countryside. And then nowadays, like you just said, these are all growing back now.
Yeah, so you got to realize that food didn't come via trucks.
No,
in the 16 and 1700s. And that's why every old town, what do they say? This used to be a farm, this used to be a farm. Because the farms on flat land that now got replaced with shops.
Yeah.
With Barnes and Nobles and Dick's Sporting Goods and stuff. Everybody had to farm back then. It was few people that would live in cities, work business jobs that didn't have to farm. And everything was delivered via horse.
Oh yeah, dude, nobody had any lives back then. They would live in the mills until they would work in the mills until they were like 50 and they would die.
Yeah, so that was when they started living in there, and then they started developing unions. Which way are we?
All right, we'll go this way towards the...
Yeah, all right.
Look at this over here. This is interesting. I think I did see this last time I was here, actually. Look at the huge burnt down tree.
So there's always a chance it could be a satanic ritual spot here in the woods. It looks more likely like the YMCA Boy Scouts set something up.
There's a sign over here, it looks like. What does it say? Oh, this is like... Oh, that's not a sign. I don't know what that is.
There's another sign over here.
There's one right here. Look at this tree. It looks like that they chopped it down and burnt it up. That looks burnt. Here we go, entering YMCA property. All right, so actually, Nick, I did go here the other day. I came back this way. If we go that way, we're gonna go to the lodge. Okay, up ahead over here, it looks like we got some smaller caves. Yeah, look at all the different structures of the rocks. Oh, this place is flooded over here. We gotta walk on the side. Stay to the right. Look at all that water over there. This definitely looks like a land or an area that was part of a Native American like reservation or something.
Yeah, it's
you know?
that vibe because it's like a lot of stone here, but not a lot of like colonial foundation type looking things. It's gotta be.
There's even a little teepee over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, like this doesn't even look real. Like, look at this stuff. Like, flat-faced stone.
These all were moved here during the Ice Age. It looks like.
You know what those are, Karen?
People that
rock
complain.
piles? No, like a rock pile.
Yeah, I know.
There's in North Smithfield. There's a bunch of rock piles spreading thousands of feet into the woods. and I was there. I walked this property with a historian.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
Not sure what it is.
Yeah.
Saying most likely not graves. I said they have to be clearing the land for farming, getting the rocks out of the way. He said no. Look at how small most of the stones are in these piles, meaning they were just trying to erect some type of a structure, like a stone, called a cairn, a little teepee type thing. It wasn't just for clearing stuff for grazing animals. That's why he said it's going to be Native American.
Oh, well, it's very possible that these areas out here were also Native American. This could be the Native American 5G tower.
So modern day Native Americans could help with this. They're a very small part of the population now.
Yeah.
But this was all Narragansett territory. And we do have a Narragansett reservation still in South Kingston.
You want to take a look at the 5G tower?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that the place in South Kingston where the state police years ago raided it because they were selling tax-free cigarettes or something?
Yeah. So that's a very hot subject, especially back in the day. But there's video of it. You can watch it. Definitely a part of Rhode Island's history is the cigarette raid.
Yeah.
Everybody's got their own opinions about it. But here's a cell tower. You can hear the cooling system working right now.
Oh yeah, I can hear it. Now this is very strange. There's actually warnings on here saying don't stand too close to the transmitter. I wonder if it would actually fry your brain or something if you did.
Could you imagine plugging into the USB on this place and seeing all the data being transferred?
You see right here, it's all personnel should have electromagnetic energy awareness training. Do not step in front of antennas. I wonder if this really would do something to you.
With all the look at the voltage they got in these things here.
Electrocute you, or would it like ray gun?
A bunch. So what I understand about these things is, surprisingly, it's not an insane amount of voltage, but it's enough where it would, if you touch the wrong part of it. Think about house power is 110, right? This stuff uses at least 480 or whatever it bumps. I forget what it bumps up to, but it's enough to kill you even at a low amp.
Yeah, that's powerful. So I remember where I came last time. I walked from this way, so we're gonna go over here, and you're gonna be able to see the pond up ahead of us. This is like the apex of the trail, the best part. Look how those rocks formed right there as like a little Stonehenge. Isn't that crazy?
It's like they cracked out a place 1,000 years ago and just stayed like that until we walked by just now.
Yeah. Okay, we're coming up to this pond. And I believe this is the actual duck pond that the sign at the beginning of the trail said. You know, coming back in the summer is going to be nice over here because when it's warm and easier to move around, you can jump through these rocks. Do some more exploring.
And when they say duck pond, they're not kidding, because if you look at the ground, you'll see all the green Cheetos laying around from the actual, at least they're making Canadian geese actually.
Yeah. Here, look at this. This is the Canadian geese on the other side right now, actually.
We got a wicked geological formation we're walking on. This is interesting. This is a cool landscape.
It is, and we can actually take the trail down here. Wow, look at the rocks over here. Look at that. Here's the geese. And that's that deck you were talking about, right?
Yes, there's a deck out here that looks like the YMCA kids must have built. You know, looks like it's up to code and everything. So
looks like someone dropped a hula hoop.
Is this dog serious trying to jump in there? Yeah, that's somebody left a hula hoop. We have a little bridge we're going to go over. This is quite a tranquil pond with none of that green crap in the corners like most ponds in the area.
Yeah, the green algae. Okay. Look at this bridge. Wow. What's going on, happy dog?
This dog wants to go. Well, this is a awesome pond that they built. Oh, it looks like the part. It's like when I'm you understand where we're standing right now, right? It's 11. This wasn't always here.
No, they like must have.
They definitely took this material here to flood this pond.
Like a dam.
I don't know. I don't know of any mills in the nearby area.
Maybe this was just a small stream and they thought that it would be cool to
That's what I'm
dam
thinking,
it
but
up.
I don't know if the 18th century or the 9th century they
They cared about that stuff.
They had a concept of cool, so.
And here we go.
They must have some type of events or something for the scouts that do this trail for the YMCA. But I'm seeing everything on this deck to code. There's a raft out there if you're brave.
Yeah.
Probably no swimming, you know, but
I don't.
what a tranquil place in such a, you know, I would never think coming to this area to see this unless you know the trails here. So it's a cool
Yeah.
spot.
I mean, you have to walk off the beaten path a little bit to get here. There's a farm. You can hear the distant roar of the engines too.
Yeah, so we are sandwiched in between 146 and Breakneck Hill Road. But this place, much like Lincoln Woods, crazy rock formation. You know the glaciers were heavy in this spot 10,000 years ago because they ripped right through here and gave us all the cool rock formations at Lincoln Woods, which the kids boulder on and jump on. And over here it looks very, very similar. And they're right across the street.
Yeah, Lincoln Woods is right across the street, so that's another larger hike that I want to do those trails soon on video, but they're going to be a little bit longer, so we got to carve out a few hours for the day.
Oh, she's not going to be able to figure it out. Come on. Come on, you were so tough a
You
second
got
ago.
it. You can figure it out. There you go. Okay. Look at all that mud and moss. That was crazy.
So look, guys, if you remember guys, didn't we see some blue concrete in the woods?
Same thing.
And look, it has like kind of a channel in it for the water to drain, just like this.
Yeah.
That's right, guys, the old pool from the 70s from the YMCA was put into the woods, and it's still there to this day.
Right now, I think we're going to wrap this video up. We're walking right back where we started from.
We can see the cars. That means we're signing off, everybody.
So that was the Moshassuck River Preserve on the Duck Pond Trail behind the YMCA. Check it out if you're interested. I'll see you in the next hike.